Hello, I'm Mr. Polk, and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'd like to talk about soft-boiled eggs. Soft-boiled eggs are all about really simmering them, and also hard-boiled eggs. Everybody calls them a boiled egg, but really it's a simmered egg. The water I have right now, I have eggs in there. I have it just kind of simmering a little bit. You see a couple little blubs coming up here and there, but nothing crazy. But what I want to do is show you what the yolks look like at the different temperatures. Okay, a soft-boiled egg is like having a sunny side up egg inside the shell. Or when I show you poached eggs for the eggs Benedict, you'll see that they're cooked outside of the shell a similar way. So what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of eggs here, and I'll just pull them out at 1 minute increments so that you can see what they look like and how they work. So the first one's about ready to come out. I'm going to do a 4 minute egg. This is on the lower side. The whites should be set. Okay. So what I did while I'm talking here is I'm going to just quickly dry it off. Normally you would go right into the ice bath. I'm going to put a 4 on here so that I know this was my 4 minute egg. And you want it to go into the ice bath for like 2 minutes, even though you're going to eat this hot. That just shocks it and stops the cooking. Now what I prepared here was a pan of water, about 1 inch, enough water to cover the eggs by about an inch. Okay, so you don't want to do a ton of water and put them in the bottom, but you don't want them where they're not covered. You want them submerged. And then what you need to do is, everybody adds different things. I put a touch of vinegar in. The main reason there is if you get a small crack and the egg starts to come out, the vinegar kind of coagulates and kind of seals it right away. And then I also put in a little bit of salt. So now I'm looking at the 5 minute mark. So I'm going to pull my second egg, my 5 minute egg. And this one's still going to have a runny center. Okay, so I'm going to put a 5 on there. And put that guy in. And then the other thing is, so we got our 4 here. And I'm just going to let it cool a little bit more. And then the next one is going to be a 6. And I'm going to pull 2 6s. Because, let me slide this off to the side. One of the things I want to do with this is, there's a lot of things, what do you do with the egg? You can serve them just like they are, which I'm going to show you. Or we can make an avocado toast. So what I want to do is also show you how we could take some really nice toasted bread, and we'll be able to put some avocado on there and turn that into an avocado toast, and then put a nice peeled soft-boiled egg on top. So we're pushing the 6 minute mark, so I'm going to pull out the next 2. I'm going to do 2 of them for 6 so that I have 1 for demo and for the toast. In fact, in case I don't do a good job of peeling, I better take out 3. Alright, there we go. So this is the 6 minute egg. Alright. 6. And now that the 6 minute egg is done, the 4 minute has been in for 2 minutes. So I'm going to take the 4 minute egg out. It's still, it's still warm. It's not like you made it cold. You just had to stop the cooking process. All right, so I'm just going to dry it off. And then if it was going to go, here's my 4 minute. I'm just going to set it here. Now you might have at home, they make all kinds of fancy egg holders. Okay, this is our 7 minute egg, and then I also want to do an 8. You might have fancy egg holders, but for here, what I did is I just used a really nice glass, and I filled it up with some grain. This has some barley in it, and the idea is it's just going to sit in there. Now, let's take a look at this one. This is one that didn't cook a long time, and if you've ever eaten these, you take your spoon. This is kind of like that elegant dish that you see, and you take the spoon and you give it a little whack all the way around. Now they make special tools, okay? They make special egg toppers that you hit them and it takes them off. And then you just kind of cut through like this and takes the top off, okay? I'll just put that back there. And then you can see that this egg is really at the lower end of the spectrum. Some people do use like a 3 minute egg, but when you get into a 4 minute egg, that's really the lower end of the spectrum, in that you can see that that egg has the white is set, but the yolk is very runny, like a sunny side up type egg. Okay, all right. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to take out the next two. I'll take out a 5 right away, and then let the rest of those in there for a minute, so that I can talk about the avocado toast. So here's the 5, and then we'll give that one a little whack to open it up. And again, this is like you see, this is a classic, like an English breakfast. You might see this at a brunch or a little country club type thing, and they make all kinds of fancy egg holders that they look like all different things, and then you just kind of lift it off. And now this one, now you can see that that was 5 minutes. That yolk is set up just a little bit more. Now, how do you eat this? You would scoop it out with a small spoon, or a lot of times you would use little pieces of toast. You'll serve it, and I'll show you this in a minute, that you could dip the toast right in and eat the egg out that way. So let's just finish. So that would be the 4, the 5. Let's do the 6. I'm going to pull all 3 of those out. So actually, you know what? The 2 that I'm going to, we'll let them out. That'll be good for them. And then the 6, we'll put here. And then the 7 and the 8, we'll do the 7 next. And let's open these a while, because I want you to see the difference of what's going to start to happen here. I know you don't think about it, that you can just tap it that easy, but you do, and you just break the top off. Now we're starting to get more of that creaminess, as we like to say, where if I dig in there, you see how the yolk is starting to set on the edges? It's starting to get, you see it on my spoon, it coagulates a little bit more. And then this is the 7. Because 12 minutes, I'm not going to do a hard boil, but 12 minutes will take you all the way to hard boil. So if you're making good hard boiled eggs for a salad or something like that, you want to take it into the 12-minute mark. And then the last one is the 8. And that's where you're going to see, because you figure 4 more minutes and it's hard boiled. Okay, so here you can see, let me get a little bit more of the top. There we go. So now what we're getting, you see the difference. When you work your way from a 4-minute egg to an 8-minute egg, you can see here you've got that velvetyness, that it's starting to become a hard boiled but not. All right, versus here you're looking at something like a really thin dippy egg. Most people for a soft boiled are somewhere around 6 minutes. Okay, but I wanted you to see what it looks like. And again, if I look just a little nervous with this, it is tricky trying to do these so that they turn out, and watching the clock and everything. So here we go. The next step is to crack the egg, and because I'm doing this on the camera, it's probably not going to crack very easily like it should, but we'll give it a shot. When you start to crack an egg, as we learned in the PowerPoint, you've got the skinny end and the wide end, and when you have the wide end of the egg, that's where the air cell is, as we learned. So if you start by tapping there and work yourself around, a lot of times you do pretty good, because with the air end, that gives you a chance to get underneath that air cell. And a lot of times I'll do this under running water, but I can't really demo that for you. So I just have a bowl of water. I'm not gonna lie, of all the crazy things I do culinary, peeling a hard-boiled egg is probably the most difficult for me. And I don't know if it's my bare paws or what, but so if you're watching this and thinking that I'm struggling, I am. So a little bit of water. Now keep in mind, this is a soft-boiled egg, so it hasn't been, it's still, warm on the inside, and it's not totally set. So there we go. Once you get to that that membrane that's underneath the shell, then it starts to really come out. And again, I'm being very cautious. I don't want to crack it on national television here. Alright, so I did good. I'm happy with that. Alright, I'm going to just rinse it off in my water. I just set it there. And now I'm going to do the avocado toast. So, okay. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to take the toast. And I just peeled some avocado. Alright. And then I'm going to just take and spread. It's just that I just mashed it, did like a little mash with the fork. And everybody, you know, is all about the brunches and things with the avocado toast. It's like the next best thing. But we're going to do that. And we'll put some on the other guy. And then we're going to kind of make it like a brunchy type breakfast. So once we put the avocado on, and I'll get my hands out of the way. You could slice the avocado too, but I kind of like to do the mash. It makes it a little creamier. And then we'll just do a little seasoning. I did put a little bit of lemon juice in, but just do a little bit of pepper, touch of salt. And then what I'd like to do is I have some really nice thicker cut bacon made real crispy that I'd like to kind of present on the edge of the toast, like that. And then I have some tomatoes. So we just kind of makes it more, a little brunchy, right? Put some fresh tomato on there. And then the egg. Now, I just have my one egg peeled, and that's fine. You'd set that down, and then you would just get a little piece of that off there. Then you would just simply garnish with, I have some green onion. Okay, just a little bit of green onion on there. And then that piece would be garnished. It would get one egg for each, but I want you to see it with and without the egg. And then if you were going to serve, say, a 6-minute poached egg to somebody, they make all kinds of fancy serving containers. But here I'll just take my glass that has the grain in it, and then I just made the toast points, and then the person that would eat that would be able to take one of the toast points and dunk in or use a small spoon. And when the diner then would cut into this was again a 6-minute egg. The idea is the diner would slice in, open the egg, and you would see that beautiful yolk run out. That beautiful yolk would run out onto their plate. And you can see it's at 6 minutes, it's not as runny as a 4-minute egg. It has that beautiful velvety texture to it. It would run into the toast and make for a really nice soft-boiled egg breakfast. So I'd like to thank you for cooking with me today, and I can't wait to cook with you real soon right here in Mr. Polk's kitchen.